What's up, YouTube? What's up, y'all? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck, and this is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Tuesday, September 27th, 2022, and this is my AMC, GME, and SPY Algo exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope y'all had a great day in the market today, and I hope you were able to make some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm going to go over all my regulars like always, my snake algo method for all three tickers, some macro comparatives, and some side-by-sides from the update and prep videos projections and the fulfillment of those projections today. So with all of that said, let's dig in. I hope y'all had a great day today. It was an outstanding bonkers day from an Extreme Gains perspective in the Discord today, so I hope y'all had a good one as well. My Extreme Gains from my scalp setups on the 7 tickers that I set up every single day provided 17 separate entries from trigger today, the highest ROI being 80%, next one down 75%, next one down 60%, and from there down to 20% and multiples of them to round out that list for today. Always super happy and grateful for those. Like I said, the Extreme Gains Premium Discord family absolutely knocked it out of the box today. Another outstanding day. Congrats to all of you on your Extreme Gains, and to all of you out here in YouTube land in our extended family. I hope you all were able to make some extreme gains for yourselves. Hey, real quick, before we dive into the charts as well, just as a reminder, I am planning on live streaming tomorrow, like always, starting at 9 a.m. here on the YouTube channel and on the Twitch channel, 9 a.m. Eastern until market close. So set a reminder, come by, hang out with us, bullshit with us, trade with us, all that good stuff. I hope to see you all then. Moving on to the charts, currently on your screen, AMC 5-minute on your left, SPY 5-minute on your right, with my micro intraday snake from my snake algo method on both of them in blue. You can see the projected price action for both of them intraday today and the subsequent fulfillment of both of them from open until close. Another kick-ass dead-on day from the micro intraday snakes. Moving on to the intra-week snakes, macro comparatives, and side-by-side comparisons of projections and today's fulfillment of those projections. Currently on your screen is AMC and my current intra-week snakes. AMC finished the day today up 9.08%, currently down 1.07% in after hours, trading at $7.37. The current intra-week snakes, the green the day of the previous divergence, up top the red the day prior to that divergence, as we have been tracking both of them in their mirrored position from that rejection off of the descending level resistance that was projected and fulfilled. You can see once again today we fulfilled the projection from them. Here is the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it for that bounce back up to the neckline as projected here, and then the fulfillment of that here today, dead on 100% in that mirrored position. You can see in this mirrored position what the projection is from both of them moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill them. Now, I want to hit the rewind button real quick. I forgot to go over this in last night's update and prep video, and I'm thankful that we didn't blow out to the upside yet, so I didn't forget to do that here tonight. But if you go back to Sunday night's or Sunday afternoon's weekly update and prep video, when we were originally talking about these snakes coming down in here for this bottom in their straight up position, I had discussed the price action projection from the day of divergence, the green one here, in its straight up position, and how it showed this second lower bottom prior to an upside move and fulfillment of that. And I do believe it's still valid, and that is essentially what we have got here with that fulfillment to the downside yesterday, and now the bounce off of that support back upside. So there it is in its straight up position with the top as it was clipped previously and as we had previously tracked it and it projected. So I also want to make sure we look at that in its straight up position if we don't reject off of that neckline for the continued downside fulfillment in the mirrored position. I do believe there's some relevance there for that back to the upside as it was originally projected. Likewise with the day prior to in its straight up position. There it is, right? Encompassing the moves to the downside. You can see that it still would project a bounce and upside move if this were our confirmed bottom. And if we get that confirmation to upside from that macro level of confirmation. So what I'm using now is framework for this potential W and or bottom formation to form. And to get that move back upside, I'm using the 760 or 761 neckline back to the upside. Obviously, that macro descending level of resistance here will potentially become some resistance and have to work through that on its way back upside along with other levels from there. But the initial move back upside, I'll be using that 760 or 761 neckline. And then obviously the confirmation to continued mirrored fulfillment in that downside manner, I'll be using the 683 level to downside. So 760 to upside and 683 to downside. So I'm going to leave them on there like this for the time being, and that will give me an indication of movement tomorrow and fulfillment of that tomorrow during the live stream. Most of y'all will be here and we'll go ahead and go over that all together. So that is everything that I'm looking at with the intra-week snake and snakes regarding AMC moving into specifically tomorrow and beyond. The macro comparative for AMC, as you're aware of, I've been using the previous double bottom from 2 doors back here, most recently here in the blue in its flipped position. The red is a mirroring of that. I had previously used that exact same macro comparative from peak to peak and everything in between here for the last roughly 5.5 months worth of price action that it projected and fulfilled using it in the straight up and mirrored positions. So I had talked to you in last night's video about reevaluating this, and I did a little bit here. I haven't had enough time as much as I would have liked to have had, but I did reevaluate a little bit, and I do believe we are potentially right here with it. I talked in last night's update and prep video about price action engulfing that downside 14.5 move back upside to converge back with the macro comparatives, and that we didn't get all 14.5, but we did get 10 of it at its peak today back to the upside. So obviously this would run hand in hand with the intra-week snakes and the positioning of them. If we were to breach that neckline to the upside, I think we would be looking at a convergence back with the flipped position in its straight up position for that continuation to upside move. And likewise, if we reject off of it and then breach that macro downside mirrored fulfillment, we would then be fulfilling macro comparative in its mirrored position. So right now, that is what I am looking at with the macro comparatives for AMC moving into tomorrow and beyond. Up next is GME. GME finished the day today up 6.74% in regular trading hours, currently down 0.11% in after hours, trading at 26.10. The current intra-week snake is the red on your screen that has been fulfilling its projections both in the mirrored and the straight up position for into our 9th week. This is 8 weeks, 2 days as of today. I talked about price action fulfilling this bounce, doing one of two things, either fulfilling the bounce and continuing to fulfill this to its expiry, or diverting and breaching the $24 level of that macro ascending level of support and mirroring itself as a diversion, and new intra-week snake would need to be clipped. We did get that bounce and that fulfillment of the W formation and the initial move back upside as you see it here on your screen. Here is the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video. Damn, I forgot to bring the AMC macro comparative up. No big deal. There's the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video. The location of price action within it. The projection from it. And today's dead-on fulfillment of it as well. We have been tracking this thing for all of this time. It has fulfilled this intra-week snake perfectly, and it did not let me down today once again. A 6.75% move of the underlying to the upside opened up some room for some extreme gains today as well. So likewise, nothing has changed from that perspective of allowing it to either continue to fulfill to its expiry, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it, or if we reject and divert to the downside, then new intra-week snakes will need to be clipped and used moving forward. Then the macro comparative, as you are aware of, has been projecting the exact same thing. This macro comparative is from a previous double bottom, and I've been using it for over 5.5 months now, like AMC's previous macro comparative. And in that position, obviously, we got extended out here a little bit from it after its continuous fulfillment throughout in the straight up position that it has been in most recently. So you can see the fulfillment of that today, and you can see, I'll pull up the side by side. Here's the screenshot from last night's update and prep video, the projection from it with the intra-week snake on here as well, and then the fulfillment of that today. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this current position. Same as the intra-week snake. If this were to divert to the downside, reject off that upside neckline, then we talked in last night and the last couple of nights videos about this upside move and then consolidation fulfilling itself to the downside in a mirrored manner. So that $24 level of the macro ascending level of support is my macro confirmation for downside mirrored fulfillment for GME. So that is everything I'm looking at with GME moving into tomorrow and beyond. Up next is SPY. Excuse me. SPY finished today down 0.26%. Damn, 2%? No, 0.26% today. Currently up 0.02% in after hours trading at 363.47. The current intra-week snake is what's on your screen. We have been tracking this since the head and shoulders peak up top, and it has been fulfilling throughout. And there is the position of it and the continued fulfillment of it today as well. Here's the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video, the location of price action within it, the continued fulfillment of it today, and obviously you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Now, it is getting outside of where I thought it would potentially push that move back up to the upside for that upside fulfillment. We got the initial move up here this morning, and then it rejected off the neckline back downside. So I do think it is still in range for that move back to upside if it were to fulfill that literally either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning at market open. If it gets out here any further, we're going to start diverting from that fulfillment to the upside, and I will be clipping intra-week snakes, new ones for it moving forward, and it will be considered a diversion. Other than that, we talked about this descending level of support around the 363, breaching to the downside for macro confirmation of mirrored fulfillment of that, just like GME's. It's literally the exact same structure as GME's projection from its macro comparative. So it would be the same fulfillment to the upside and or the downside if it were to breach that 363 level, confirm that on the macro time frame for a continuation to downside. Then last but not least for SPY is the macro comparative from the 08-09 correction and crash that we have been tracking here on the channel, and I have been talking about literally since back in December of 2021 when I first started this channel. And in its most recent position, let me pull up the side by side so I can see the most recent position. Okay. In the most recent position here, you can see that the obvious projection from it and the continued fulfillment of that, once again, moving into today. Here's the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video, the projection from it, the fulfillment of it, and then you can see what the projection is moving into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Real quick, it's been a couple days since we've done this. Here is SPX with the exact same 0809 macro comparative on top of our current price action throughout that entire clip, and our current location within it, and the likewise continued fulfillment of it, and the projection moving forward if price action were to continue to fulfill it. My friends, my family, that is everything I have for this video and everything I have that I am looking at currently for Amc, Gme, and SPY moving into tomorrow and beyond. Once again, reminder, I will be live streaming here on the YouTube channel and on the Twitch channel starting at 9 a.m. Eastern until 4 p.m. market close tomorrow. Make sure you come by, check it out, say hello, hang out with us, all that good stuff. If I don't talk to you, I will get an update and prep video out tomorrow night after market close. Like always, good luck in the market tomorrow. Make some extreme gains for yourselves, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one. If not, tomorrow during the live stream. Have a good night. Later.